He is the school's recognized goddess teacher. All the boys in the school want to bow down to him. Even girls are vying to write him love letters. But the goddess teacher was dismissive. Invite me to a candlelight dinner. I was so excited that I drank a bottle of 1980 to laugh at. I also vowed to make the goddess give me a baby. All this is just because I have been single for too long. Unlocked the romance system. The first task is to confess to a beautiful girl. So I sent a text message to the school beauty to confess my love. I sent it to the goddess teacher by mistake. I thought he was going to be short dead on the spot. I was thinking about how to explain it. The goddess teacher replied that she would start with friends first. I panicked instantly. The teacher smiled. There's still a pillow of drool left. After a while, I received a system prompt. Congratulations to the host for exceeding the task. Double the reward to 10 million. I had no choice but to put down my phone. Think about it. The teacher is really beautiful. Looks so young. It would be really unpleasant to have such a wife. Then he fell asleep peacefully. Teacher Nan Lee was so excited that she didn't fall asleep until AM. Wake up the next day. Nan Lee looked at her best friend XI warning. Video shot. He was smiling in the video. She's still calling me husband. Nan Lee's face turned red instantly. Let's change the subject. It's already 8 o'clock. I'm going to work at school. After saying that, Nan Lee ran out of the villa quickly. I didn't feel relieved until I sat down in the office. The other side. As a freshman in Daiyi, I am getting familiar with the environment. Roommate Ling Xiao want to take me to the swimming pool to see the beautiful women in swimsuits. Unexpectedly, the official system released a new task. Request the host to buy a house in Nanlijia community. Mission fund, 300 million. I had no choice but to complete the task first. Just came to the first set of visits. I looked at the luxuriously decorated villa. Very advanced. But I don't want to start. But the manager told me. This apartment has just been designated by a rich second generation. I immediately became interested. I'm still afraid of others when I have the system in hand. I don't plan to buy. Now this one. The person the gentleman designated is not someone you can mess with. Or you can look at other prices. Can give you discount. The manager is afraid that I will ignore him, so he has to do it. Soon 3 black Mercedes-Benz cars stopped at the door. A dozen people came over aggressively. A blue-haired man holding a cigarette shouted. Who snatched the house I liked? I have a system. Who am I afraid of? What are you barking at? Have you paid? This house is mine now. The little brother behind Nan Mao was not convinced when he heard this. Yelling to teach me a lesson. Nan Mao waved his hands and said, you guys get out. I can solve it myself. My little brother changed his face early in the morning. Brother, I'm too embarrassed to come and smoke a cigarette. I was stunned. My fists are clenched. You fix this for me. Brother's meeting is fate. I'll tell you a secret. It turns out that the blue cat is called Wuka. My family is in the film and television industry. His father recently issued a death order. Let him chase the daughter of Hengte Group, but he doesn't like people. This house is what his father asked him to buy. That's why he chose the one that was farthest from Tianjin. It's an explanation to his father. Brother, if you buy the one on the west side, maybe you can even win a fortune. Then he opened the photo. Pretty, isn't it? I was originally disdainful, but I only saw it from the corner of my eye. Isn't this a goddess's old-fashioned way of getting away from her? Bro, stop talking. This house is for you, not for anything else. I just want to make you my friend. The manager told me to give up willingly. I admire Wuke. Mr. Shu, we have many villas. Which one do you want? I want all the remaining 4 buildings. After all, the system gave the task funds. Can't waste it. You can live in whichever building in Nanlili you move into. The manager was also shocked. This is the first time I see someone buying a house like buying vegetables. Just completed the formalities. The system sent a task completion reminder. Detected that the host successfully purchased a house. Get a 10th of the purchase price reward. A love diary is given as an extra gift. The written diary has a probability of happening the next day. Isn't this the pure magic brush of Ma Liang? I quickly used up today's number of times. Hope and Nanli. A hug by chance. Congratulations to the host. The success rate of adding is 70%. In a blink of an eye, it was time for the afternoon military training for freshmen. Under the sun. Everyone's face showed despair. Some people want to be lazy and go to the toilet. Who knew the instructor would come with a ruthless? Those who want to go to the toilet should go first. Talent show wonderful talent admission. There were bursts of wailing from below. At this time, a sweet voice suddenly sounded. I bought everyone some cool drinks. Instructor, let's take a break first. The person who came was the goddess teacher. The instructor heard. I waved my hand and let's take a break. After drinking water, the instructor asked those who wanted to go to the toilet to stand in a line. Whoever comes first, I'll raise my hand. I don't just want to be a talent. You know, during military training, if it rains, you can stop training. So I decided to use the system. Experience card given upon activation. Male teacher instructor. You guys watch it. My talent is like magic. After saying that, I made a gesture of praying for rain. Many people couldn't help laughing. I muttered something. Pointing to the sky with one hand, he shouted, Thunder God, stop. At this moment, the system prompts that the experience card has been used successfully. The host installs the system and takes you flying. As soon as the words fell, with a thunder, I saw the sky was originally scorching hot. Suddenly dark clouds covered. Heavy rain fell from the sky. The broadcast immediately announced its disbandment. The students were happy and ran to the dormitory. I took off my coat. I want to call this man next to me a woman who has left the party. The man just recovered from his daze. I quickly waved my hand and told you to go back quickly. I'm in good health. You didn't bring an umbrella. Just let me take you back. Didn't wait for the man to reply. I put the clothes over the man's head and guard his shoulders. Take him to a nearby shelter from the rain. I was looking at the road when I suddenly heard a dark laugh. It turned out to be a male. A smile appeared on my face. Teacher, what are you laughing at? My voice suddenly came out. Scan and Lee. I remember happy things. Nanny hesitated and didn't dare to look up at me. I'm interested. Keep asking what's the happy thing. Nanny quickly changed the subject and went to the parking lot. There is an umbrella in the car. After opening the door, the man quickly took out a towel and gave it to me. He also said that if you don't wipe it dry, you will catch a cold. Nanlei's voice is gentle and his movements are careful. The most important thing is to cover it with a coat. The rain all flowed down my coat. Soaked Nanlei's white shirt. At this time, the clothes are stuck to the skin. I was mesmerized by the gentle Nanley in front of me. This rain is so white. It's really big. No. This time I was right. The rain is really heavy. This time the mission came. Please find a way to take a bath at the man's house. Get rewards after completing tasks. Nanley called me for a long time before she responded. Go back and take a hot bath. Teacher Nanley. The dormitory bathroom must be full now. Take me to gym for community. I have a house over there. Then I sneezed. Rub your nose again. Pretend to have a cold. Talent community. You have a house over there. I live there too. That's right on the way. I pretended to be surprised. What a coincidence, teacher. Gym for community is very close to the school. It'll be there in 10 minutes. Nanley asked. Shoo. Where do you live? I'll take you there. Teacher, I live in number 51. Nanley was slightly stunned. 51 yards. I live in 52. This is too coincidental. A girl may never think of it. All coincidental encounters. Maybe it was all carefully designed by a boy. I'll take you to your door. We'll be neighbors from now on. You are a resident student, but still buy a house near the school. Don't you have a girlfriend? The male donkey smiled and asked, but if you listen carefully, you will find that there is a tremor in this smile. You're joking. I haven't been in love yet. Buying a house here is just for convenience. Just a promotion. I answered very seriously. What do you require from your girlfriend? Or what kind of girls do you like more? Topic 1. The man can't stop talking. Soon, the car arrived in front of villa number 51. Teacher, I'm here. Thank you. Look at my back. The man is very reluctant to leave. The rare moment of solitude ended just like that. The man who came home just took off his clothes and prepared to take a shower. This is the doorbell. This kind of high-end house has a video call at the door. Nanan is still wondering why I'm here. My hands involuntarily answered the phone. I was staring at the video. Only then did I realize that I wasn't even wearing any clothes. Nanley yelled. I hung up the phone in a hurry. In a hurry. I wrapped myself in a blanket before opening the door. Then he sat on the sofa like a kitten. Male teacher, I just realized that there is no water supply at home, so I want to use the bathroom. Nanley pointed to the bathroom over there. I can't move around right now. Go by yourself. Nanley was afraid that the blanket would fall off. That Nanley teacher, you said you can't move now, right? There seem to be very few people here. It's no use even if you scream your throat out. Male left suddenly. I was shocked. The male teacher was just joking. Don't mind it. See me walking into the living room. Nanley angrily took off the blanket. Prepare to go to the bathroom on the second floor. I suddenly came out again. Teacher Nan. Do you have any extra pajamas? I was stunned before I finished speaking, looking at the naked Nanling in front of me. I was so scared that I ran back to the bathroom. 10 minutes later. I have finished my shower, and I'm waiting for Nanley in the bathroom. Send clothes down. Shoo. I don't have any men's pajamas. You can use this bathroom. I came out of the bathroom, looking at Nanling's perfect figure under her pajamas in the living room. I couldn't help swallowing my saliva. Teacher. Let me help you blow dry your hair. Nanley sits on the sofa like a kitten. Very enjoyable. After blow drying your hair, the system prompt sounded in my mind. Mission accomplished. Rewarding the great century. The cooking system is really getting to know me better. Just notice that Nanley's hair is still wet. The mission is coming. At this time, Nanley took the lead in opening the topic. How did you pray for rain today? I explained it was just a coincidence. Nanley didn't believe it. I saw you just finished reading those words. It started to rain immediately. How can such a coincidence happen? I don't believe it. I had no choice but to make up a story. Actually, when I was a child, I met a great man. He taught me something. This includes praying for rain, but these are acts against the will of heaven. Cannot be cast multiple times. I can actually do the art of immobilization. Teacher, do you want to try it? Nanley just wanted to run away. I laughed out loud, teacher. You have received high education. How come you believe all this? Nanley then realized that she had been deceived. Just stretched out the little pink and gave it to me. At this time, the sound of fingerprint unlocking sounded. Are you back? Nanley was so scared that he quickly asked me to hide. After all, if XIA wanting opened the door, seeing the scene before us, and she's wearing a bathrobe, he might make up something. I haven't reacted yet. XIA warning had already opened the door. I can only hide behind the sofa hastily. It rained heavily today. Nan, you didn't get wet, did you? Southly strong position. I came back to take a shower because I got soaked. Freshmen are really lucky. It rained so heavily less than an hour into the military training. I heard that a freshman successfully prayed for rain during military training today. That's why it rained late. Your complaints were not heard. Because his attention is on me now. Why are men and women so distracted? Did I have the same nightmare as last night? The man and woman blushed. I remembered the video of XIA Wan Ninglu that day. I hid behind the sofa and dared not touch the air. At this time, XIA Wanning sat on the sofa. Suddenly, I heard a sharp sneeze. At this time, XIA Wanning sat down on the sofa. You must be hiding something from me. Where is Nanley talking about? You should go upstairs and take a shower. I'll take you to eat something delicious later. After much persuasion. Finally tricked XIA Wanning into the bathroom. Then he whispered to me. Luckily, I wasn't discovered. You should go back quickly. I rushed into the bathroom. I took the clothes and ran home. Sitting in the living room, I was relieved. Thinking of me blowing his hair just now, his face turned red again. I returned home and found there's no clothes here. I had no choice but to take a taxi back to the dormitory. Arrived at the dormitory. The three roommates quickly surrounded me and started gossiping. What did you do just now? Why are you still wearing a bathrobe? Us. But I saw you and the teacher leave together. I quickly changed the subject. Do you think that schools are full of scams? The canteen is bad and expensive. Reverse rounding in supermarkets. So I'm going to drive them away. We set up our own. Company took over the management rights. Are you willing to do it? The three people in the dormitory nodded. I came to school in the evening. Clearly a middle-aged man is sitting on the chair. Hello, teacher. I'm here to report. Recently, the school has been. The shops are full of smoke. Many students sighed. Do you have any evidence, classmate? School shops receive positive reviews every year, and others can't press the raw materials, selling price to you. Teacher, you are so protective. I guess he made a lot of money from it. The middle-aged man suddenly became anxious. He stood up suddenly, slammed the table, and got out quickly. Otherwise, be careful that the school will punish you. I'm not willing to be outdone. I understand. I hope you won't regret it in the future. Just walked out the door. 1. Congratulations to the host. The winning rate is 90% of all skills. Get an additional 3-day trial card. You can specify the target to be sick. Now those people will have to bear the consequences. The next day, I found 6 profiteers in the school. Pain diary. Standing with vital eyes. Sitting and getting hemorrhoids. Close your eyes and you'll see ghosts. Open your eyes and want to sleep. After finishing the work, I sent a text message to everyone. I want to be disrespected by Berlin. At this time, the system suddenly prompts that difficulty has been detected. In danger. Please go now. I ran downstairs to the office building. I saw a child. Hands on the security net on the 3rd floor. The man below anxiously shouted, "Don't let go." She stretched out her hand to catch the child. 10 meters high. If the child falls, both of them will be injured. It's definitely too late to call the police. Suddenly, I heard a sound. The child's hands fell down because they were too weak. I hurried forward and pushed open the fence. Open your hands. Use some pressure relief techniques. Hold the child firmly. For a moment, I couldn't feel my arms. I quickly sat down on the ground. Nanny ran over and hugged me. "Shu Linchuan, are you okay?" I didn't answer. Lie back, leaning in Nanli's arms. I was relieved. I called 130 for you. Such a high distance. If you hold it with your hands, it will be troublesome. Arrived at the school hospital. The doctor is examining me. Suddenly, the system prompts. The host was injured in this mission. Give a free healing. At this time, the man asked the doctor nervously, "Are you okay?" "Don't worry, it's just a sprain. Just rest for a few more days." After listening to Nan Li, he finally felt relieved. "Thank you for saving me just now. I decided to treat you to a meal." Male force lowered his head. "The cheeks are slightly red, okay. The teacher invited me to dinner. I'll make you a meal too." When a man's strength arrives, you can also cook. Of course, I grew up in an orphanage. You must be self-reliant. The man apologized immediately, like a child who has done something wrong. Then he said, "Then you can treat me as your sister from now on. We'll be a family from now on." Nan Li is a little shy. The sound is like a mosquito. I pretended not to hear it. "Teacher, what did you say?" The sound is too quiet to hear clearly. Nan Li clenched his fist and repeated it again. "But I still said I couldn't hear you." Nan Li finally realized that I was beating him. He hammered the bedside angrily. "I'm ignoring you. I don't just want a sister." I touched Nan Li's head with my hand. "Teacher, don't be angry. I will call you Nanjing more often in the future. Just call me Xiaochuan." At this time, my cell phone rang. I looked at the call information. The corner of his mouth curled up, and he really hit me. Nan Li stretched his neck and was a little curious. "Who called?" "Teacher, you should also know. Director of School Logistics Department." I put the phone on speakerphone. As soon as the call was connected, I heard hysterical voices from the other side. "It's your good deed. What on earth have you done to us?" Nan Li Yijing. This is indeed the director's voice. "What happened to him?" Nan Li poked my chest. Asked in a low voice. I smiled. "I'll explain it to you in detail later." Director Liu. "You should think carefully about the management rights. I have something else to hang up first." The middle-aged man who was hung up on is sitting on the toilet. Provides angry body leaning back. I cried and fell into the toilet. And just left myself. Something in the body came close. Touch. In a moment. I received calls from several other people. Without exception, I hung up after a few words. "I see you blinking your big eyes." Full of doubts. So I told him my plan in full. After listening to this, Nan Li was surprised and impressed. These things are hard to prove if they don't admit. Even calling the police won't do much. If I laugh till I stop you, you will know my good news. Just saying this. A middle-aged woman holding her child is in a hurry. Ran in. It turned out that it was Teacher Wang who came with the child to apologize. After many thanks, Teacher Wang received a call. Leave in a hurry again. Looking at the backs of the woman and child leaving, I suddenly opened my mouth. "Sister Nan, do you like boys or girls?" The man was stunned by the incident. Then her face turned red. "I like boys more." "What about you?" "I like girls more." "Then let's have twins, a boy and a girl." "Okay," the man answered immediately. Then his eyes suddenly widened. Then he stood up suddenly and turned his back. "Am I your teacher or your sister?" "What did you say?" Nanli's face quickly turned red. Gradually spread to the neck. "Nanji, don't be nervous. I mean if." Nanli ran into the bathroom in a panic. Touched his hot face. Stamped his feet. The stinky ghost wears a big bad guy. He did it on purpose. I waited outside for Nanli to come out. Raised his hand. "Can you help me up? I want to go to the toilet." With Nanli's help, I walked towards the toilet. When I was almost there, my foot suddenly slipped. I don't dare to expose myself. The arms have recovered. Only one forward. About to fall. At this time, Nanli ran to me and opened her arms. I fell into his arms. Then a faint fragrance entered my nose. I can't help but sigh that this love diary is really powerful. The next second, Xi Wenying rushed in. Nan, I caught you in a relationship, right?" The man was so scared that he quickly let go. "You obviously listened to my excuses." No explanation. No listening. Turtle chanting sutra. I had to explain that I almost fell down. It was Sister Nan who came to help me. I didn't expect Xi wanting to be such a master at grasping the key points. "Sister Nan, are you still in a sister-brother relationship?" Nan Liang shouted. "Not good. Xiaochuan. Go to the toilet. I'll explain it." Then he pulled Xi into the corner. "It's obviously not what you think. At this time, XIA warning took out a photo. This was taken when I just came in. Is it difficult? You must tell the truth today. Otherwise, I'll tell you. Nanli had no choice but to tell what happened in the past few days. Just laugh. Spoken once. It took a lot of effort. Finally, XIA was driven away. It's almost noon. The man and woman simply bought the meals. I immediately said that my hands couldn't move now. I want Nanji to feed me. Nanli blew the rice caul and put it in my mouth. Delicious. Nanji's food is the best in the world, I said with a grin. Nanli rolled her eyes at me. Slippery tongue. At this time, the man left the phone and thought of. It turned out that several leaders couldn't contact me. Then I found the counselor and called him. Hands free when the call is connected. Is it convenient for the male teacher to answer the phone now? I want to find a student named Xu Linchuan. When Yan, I spoke directly. Where is Principal Wang? I am Xu Linchuan. I came to discuss the problem with the male teacher. Why did you call? Xu. We agreed to give you all the operating rights. Who knows I just replied indifferently. Principal Wang, please tell them a message. It's too late. Let them surrender. Not long after, I just received the news that Liu Chang and his men surrendered themselves. It's afternoon time. After eating the dinner that Nanli personally fed me, I said my hand had almost recovered and I was going back to the dormitory. Nanli was so considerate to drive me there. 10 minutes journey. Soon we arrived at the dormitory building. Xiaochuan, if you have any questions, please call me anytime. Don't worry, Miss Nan. After saying goodbye to the male force, I went to the dormitory by myself. Brother Chuan, you are back. Where have you been all day? The management rights came into our hands inexplicably. So I told them what happened today. But Nanli, the incident that happened was not revealed at all. Tired after a day, I took a shower and prepared to go to bed. Then I remembered that I haven't used my love diary for tomorrow yet. After thinking for a moment, write in your diary. By some strange coincidence, Nanli and I had just finished writing a line of words. I only heard a flash of raw on the diary. Host's thoughts detected to be too dangerous. Love diary is banned for 3 days. I was completely stunned. This broken system actually bans accounts. I have no choice but to log out of the system. Sleeping soundly. The male pair on the other side just arrived home. XIA warning couldn't wait to pull him to the sofa. Then there was a questioning. We are really innocent. Nanli said with a clear conscience. XIA warning smiled. Take out your phone. I've recorded today's conversation. When you two get married, I'll let you out and slap you in the face. Let you secretly eat tender grass. Where is the little face red? Reaching out to grab the phone. XIA warning quickly put away the joke and laughed at Nan Nan. Are you panicking? Where is the face suddenly turned bad? Finally, a cold sigh. Ignore you. I'm going to take a shower. XIA warning saw through Nanli's thoughts. After thinking about it, I decided to make this wish. Time came to the next day. I received a friend request as soon as I arrived at school. When I saw it was marked with a male divorce, my girlfriend agreed immediately. As soon as I accepted, the other party sent a message that the man left and the hobbies were important. Daily photos. Finally, I added a sentence that it is hard to leave the swimsuit cover. Do you want? I think I need to be reserved for now. Not very good. Nanli and I haven't confirmed our relationship yet. After sending it, I wrote it in the input box and I respectfully. Better obey. The words are not finished yet. A message came from there. Nanli really did not choose the wrong person. You are gentlemen. I looked at the unsent messages and kept myself awake. Then click on Nanli's avatar. Sent a message to Nanju. You invited me to dinner yesterday. I feel almost better. Why don't we celebrate tonight? Nanli quickly agreed. He also kindly said he would pick me up in the evening. Then I returned to the dormitory, discussing the school cafeteria with roommates. How to manage a supermarket. The discussion lasted until noon. I was thinking about going out to eat together. My phone suddenly popped up. It turned out to be Nanli calling. I have made a reservation at Ogul restaurant. I'll pick you up from school in the evening. After hanging up the phone, the 3 good singles in the dormitory immediately surrounded me. Brother Chuan, tell the truth. When did you hook up with a male teacher? This has started dating. I quickly changed the subject. To celebrate this victory, I'll take you out for a nice meal. Just arrived at the hotel. I saw an acquaintance. It was the blue cat Wuka that I met when I bought a house that day. At this time, Wuka waved me over. So I asked my roommate to order food first. Just go and come back. It turns out that Wuka wanted to cause trouble at my table. Let me perform with you. I passed by with a puzzled look on my face. Knowing is the only way to know. Wuka also has a half-brother. Because I hate my father for divorcing me, so he used some tricks to take away his father's company. They also sent people to monitor Wuka. So he acts all day long? Make his brother feel like a hopeless case, so that we can secretly take back the company. I was very touched after listening to it. At this time, the system suddenly released a task. Make a movie with Wuka that has both good reputation and box office success. Help Wuka take back the company. Mission fund, 300 million. I smiled at Wuka who looked expectant. If Brother Xuan cannot take back the company, I happen to have a great movie script. I invested 100 million. Acquire some shares in your company. We are making a movie that will go down in film history. Wuka was very touched. Because when his company was registered, it only had 5 million. Now directly 100 million. Little did they know. This helped me a lot later. Nanli on the other side. The method of making noises in the kitchen. Still in my mind. I want to cook a table of dishes in the future. Waiting for Ogawa to come back. Unexpectedly, the next second, she was questioned by her best friend Xia Wanning. Nan, why are you learning to cook? Do you want to cook for Xu Linchuan? Nanli blushed. Hastily explained. I just think it's not good to always eat takeout. Xia Wanning smiled evilly. I understand. As the dishes were served, Xia Wanning decided to taste it. Looking at the mashed potato shreds. Next time, I'd rather have a bite of Nan. You are a particular person. I wanted to kill someone and made a special dish. Do you want to kill me? After the two of them consumed a bucket of water. Just finished eating the food. Nanli sat in the office bored in the afternoon. Check your phone every 10 minutes. Finally, it's 6 o'clock. Nanli called me immediately. I'll pick you up now. Okay, I'm downstairs in the dormitory. Wait for you in a moment. Natalie came downstairs to the dormitory. I've been waiting here, holding a gift box in hand. Ogawa just wants to eat. Why do you bring gifts? Lanley said this. But I am very happy inside. It's okay, Sister Nan. I bought it on the way at noon. Lanley opened it and took a look. It was his favorite Winnie the Pooh. Xiaochuan, how do you know I like this? Of course, I won't tell. XIA Wanning told me. I like Nanji more myself. I buy it for you. I didn't expect you to like it too. The happy man said he would give me a gift too. I coughed twice. I want to see you wearing black stockings. And Lee was stunned. My cheeks instantly turned red. Then he stared at me and asked me what I was thinking about. Sister Nan, I'm just kidding. I scratched my head. He smiled. The next second, Nanny grabbed my ear with her hand. Will you dare to do it again? I immediately gave in. Sister Nan, I know I was wrong. Let's go eat. Suddenly, we came to a 5-star restaurant. My boyfriend and I walked into the reserved box, just ordered a table of dishes. The system prompt sounded again in my mind. Please complete the task of pretending to be drunk. Reward, hit 1,000 cups without getting drunk experience card. I used a trial card immediately. Sister Nan, I want to drink the most expensive red wine tonight. Waiter, bring me a few bottles of 1988 Lafite. The dishes will be served soon. Then the waiter came over with a bottle of wine. Just pour it for me. He can't drive after drinking. Nanley and I ate and talked. From time to time, I would go to Nanley. This caused Nanley's sweet laughter to never stop. And I can drink 1,000 cups without getting drunk. Drinking alcohol is like drinking water. The meal is coming to an end. The bottles of Lafite on the table were empty. Sister Lan, I'm not drunk. I can still drink. If you don't believe me, test me. Landing came forward and held my shoulders. Then he asked, how much sorrow can you have? You come back tired and sleepy and drink Red Bull. The sunrise over the river is redder than fire. Nanny wife loves me the most. Nanny blushed. Ogawa, let's go. Stop drinking. Then Nanny helped me walk out of the restaurant slowly. I keep my body relaxed. My heart is pounding. This is the first time I have such close contact with Nanny. Even a faint fragrance can be smelled. Nanny took a long time to finally put me in the car. There are cysts in the mouth. Doesn't look thin. It's quite strong when held. Is it all muscle? The man didn't drive away immediately, but sit next to me. I licked my lips while watching the sleeping man in the car. He has a bold idea at this moment. Next second, Nandy said to himself, speaking of which, it has been so many years. You are the only one, the opposite sex, who is so close to me. These few short days, it's more exciting than my past 20 years. But I am 4 years older than you. I can only be your sister. Ogawa, do you know? I've always had a secret to tell you. Actually, your sister can do magic. Can make people become like their childhood. I pretended to be drunk, and the more I listened, the more I felt something was wrong. What the hell isn't this a confession? How did you become a magician? What else can turn a person back to the way he was when he was a child? Next, the man and woman chant the sound of Ballada energy. Please give me strength in this life. Let's turn the two of us back to what we were like 12 years ago. I felt my body in doubt. No changes. Nanli was surprised and said that the magic was successful. Xiaochuan, you look like you are 6 years old now. I'm about 10 years old. I was even more confused. I want to open my eyes and see. What the hell is Nanli doing? Now I am 10 years old. Your 6-year-old 10-year-old sister kisses her 6-year-old brother. It should be normal. Nanli said one sentence after another. Keep finding excuses for yourself. It's totally normal. Magic is amazing. I couldn't help but shout in my heart, if it weren't for pretending to be drunk. How can I have the chance to see such a big show? Men completed psychological preparation, licking lips. I confirmed again and again that I was still asleep. Then bent down. With lips slowly approaching my cheek 5 centimeters. 3 centimeters, 1 centimeter, only to hear a snap. Like a dragonfly skimming the water. Nanli's red lips on my cheeks. Pause for less than a second. Then he immediately turned around. Covering his face, he leaned against the car door. Never look at me again. This is Nanli's first contact with the opposite sex. And he took the initiative. Just a little while. I have used up all my courage. On the other side, I closed my eyes. I can't tell what it feels like. It's too fast. Just like Jubajia eating ginseng fruit. Haven't tasted anything yet. It went into my stomach. A moment later, Nanli's heartbeat finally calmed down a little, touching my still hot face. Nanli underestimated watching two people kissing on TV. They all seemed to be enjoying it. Why didn't I feel anything just now? With the first successful experience, men and women gradually became bolder. Oops, the magic effect I just cast is still there. This magic is amazing. After saying that, Nanli leaned down again and... You don't mind if I kiss you again, do you? After a moment of silence, Nanli smiled with satisfaction. You agreed. Good to continue. Nanli held my face. Another snap. This time, Yukon from Nanli. It stayed on my cheek for more than 10 seconds. I feel the warm breath of Nanli. And the soft and bouncy touch. A sudden sense of satisfaction. Then, for the sake of fairness, male left to sounds. Kiss me twice on the left cheek. After the kiss, the corners of the man's mouth rose wildly, recording the comfortable feeling just now. Nanli tentatively stuck out his tongue. Then her pretty face turned red. Nanli has not forgotten to deal with this matter. Ballada energy. Please change me and Xiaochuan back to our original state. Aftermath. Nanli drove me to my doorstep. Then he remembered that he didn't have my house key. I thought about it for a while. Nanli took out her phone and called her bestie. Pretending to be concerned, Mingming asked, Have you gone home? I'm going back to see my parents today. It happens that they live here tonight. So that's how it is. You haven't been home for several months. It's time to go back and take a look. Let's not talk about that for now. I'm driving. XI warning did not investigate further. After giving a few instructions, he hung up the phone. Nanley is easily awakened in his heart. Help me walk to the door of the villa next door. Then take out the key. In a moment, I lay on the bed in the guest room on the first floor of Nanley's house. Nanley carefully took off my shoes and socks and covered me with a quilt. At this time, a voice came over. Do you need my help? There was a smile in the voice. Nanley was so frightened that he froze in place. Nanley turned his head hurriedly. I saw XI warning standing at the door with a smile on her face. You're obviously not at home. When did it emerge? Nanley asked angrily. I was sleepwalking when I answered the phone just now. That's why I said that. Later, I woke up and heard some noise downstairs. I'll come and see. Next night, you put on a serious look. Nanley was speechless. Even sleepwalking is described as a foul language, not even willing to give me a once in a while. Next. XI warning pointed at me, who was still pretending to be drunk. Nan, why don't you explain what's going on now? Ning, this matter is not what you think. You get off and take a stool and sit on it. Jim, with both hands. Yeah, I hear your excuse. Without listening to your explanation, it's hard to leave and take a deep breath. Tell XI warning everything. I was lying on the bed with sweat all over my forehead. My back is almost soaked. You guys talk. Could you please help me take down the quilt first? You can turn on the air conditioner. A moment later, XI warning stood up and lowered her voice. As your best sister, I personally support you. You go on. I won't bother you anymore. XI warning said enough. I know everyone knows the expression looking at the man, then exit the room. And lock the door thoughtfully. The man hurried forward to stop. But it's too late. Obviously, what I just said is true. Open the door quickly. If Ogwa wakes up soon. I really can't explain it. Nan, I have created the conditions for you. It's up to you next. After knocking on the door for several minutes, Nanley sighed. A clean person. Dull. For no reason, she became a perverted elder sister who got her younger brother drunk. Helpless Nanley. I turned my head and looked at myself sleeping in the bed. I realized I was sweating profusely. Nanley hurriedly turned on the air conditioner. Then he took out a piece of paper and wiped my sweat. Then he whispered too. Do I have to take off my clothes? Otherwise, you will catch a cold the next day if you use the air conditioner. But how do I undress him? The man's little hands clenched, looking at me sleeping with a troubled look. Just then, the system prompt sounded in my mind. Detected that the host triggered the love mission. Shooting scene. When Nanley was helping the host take off his clothes. Wake up suddenly. Mission rewards. Great century magic skill. I was stunned. This system is so perverted. But I like this. Nanley was sitting on the bed, grabbing her hair. I was caught in a long psychological struggle. 10 minutes later, Nanley finally made up his mind. I did this to prevent Xiaochuan from catching a cold. Just took off his clothes. It's for his own good. I'll be able to explain it tomorrow. Just to be safe. Nanley also took out his mobile phone and started recording, then pointed the camera at the bed. Everything is ready. The man took a deep breath. Stretch out your white and tender little hands. Slowly lifted my t-shirt. I don't know whether I am nervous or excited. The man couldn't hold back his trembling. Just as a man leaves, when I was about to take my t-shirt off my head, I suddenly opened my eyes. Nanji. What are you doing? Ellie and Pear. I was so scared that I jumped out of the bed. I raised my hands and stammered, unable to speak. Did you want to take off my clothes just now? I'm not, I don't have. Don't talk nonsense. Nanley directly denied it 3 times. That's hard to understand. What were you doing just now? I continued to ask me. I was afraid you would catch a cold. I want to help you take off your clothes before going to bed. Then Sister Nan, aren't you going to take off my clothes? Nanley's face quickly turned red with anger. Well said. How can I refute him? After a moment of silence, Nanley suddenly remembered the mobile phone on the table. I just recorded a video. I took off your clothes because I was really afraid that you would catch a cold. I took a quick glance at the phone next to me and saw that it was hard to pick up. I didn't expect you to play so well. This kind of thing is recorded. The tears of the city of Nanlitan are rolling in their eyes. This time, I jumped into the Yellow River and the Yangtze River. The East China Sea and the North China Sea cannot be washed clean. I looked at Nanley's red face. Pick up the phone next to you. Prepare to give Nanley a way out. Mainly because I can't hold back my laughter anymore. As the sound of the mobile phone video came out, I pretended to be enlightened. Sister Nan, you really seem to be worried that I will catch a cold. I took off my clothes. You know I just took off your clothes. How big of a psychological barrier did you overcome? I have never taken off clothes of the opposite sex since I was a child. You still think of me like this? Nanley pouted and rolled her eyes and said, Sister Nan just complained that my clothes were so red. What are you looking at? My mouth corners are raised. Asked with a smile. Next second, what greeted me was the extremely high decibel roar of Nanley. Shu Linchuan, when did you wake up? Lanling, now I wish I could dig a hole in the ground and crawl into it. If I just woke up, it would be fine. If you wake up in the car. Doesn't that mean he knows everything about the secret kiss? L.A. and Ling no longer dared to think about it. Of course, I won't admit that I was pretending to sleep. Looking at the man holding the little hand of Chen Quan. I said seriously. I felt someone lifting my clothes just now. I woke up in a daze. Ellie and Lee immediately felt relieved. The clenched fists gradually loosened. Oh, by the way, Sister Nan. Where is this? Weren't we having dinner just now? What else did you say? Didn't you say you can drink a lot? How come you get drunk after just 2 bottles? Am I drunk? Have you forgotten that I played dumb on purpose? I got drunk after just 2 bottles. That's really lame. I quit immediately after hearing this. Stand up and walked in and Lee. So you're pretty. I think you have a good figure. Pretty solid. Come let me see. Lanley instantly enters the role, with both hands covering their chests. Hey, Xiaochuan, what are you doing? At this moment, the door suddenly opened. How is the battle going on in Nan Nan? Have you taken it down? Fingertip. XIA Warning stood at the door and looked at me with a smile, standing in front of Nan Li with a smirk on his face. Nan Li covered his chest and shouted no. Then his smile gradually faded. How did the plot go the other way? She shouldn't be a perverted female teacher with an innocent male student. XIA Warning's brain is working fast, but I still can't understand the scene in front of me. Nan Li reacted and asked me to go home first. He explained to XIA Warning himself. After returning home, the task completed prompt sounded. Congratulations to the host for completing the task. Rewards master and magic skills. In an instant, a huge amount of magic knowledge came flooding into my mind. Just give me time to prepare. I can even act shocked. The world's magic. Time came to the next day. The announcement caused a sensation in the whole school. It turned out that the school's previous cafeteria had changed contractors. The new contractor not only expressed its welcome for all kinds of reports, only then did they promise to pay 500 yuan's compensation to each person. I suddenly thought it must be my handwriting. Called me right away. Xiaochuan, have you seen the channel sent by the school? I didn't expect you to get it done so quickly. I smiled and said, I have trouble relaxing when doing things. Compared with the past, the food in the cafeteria is not just a little bit good. Nanny pouted after hearing this. I'm going to the cafeteria to eat lunch today. How does it taste? I immediately understood the meaning of Nanning dialect. Okay, we'll pick you up at noon and eat together. You treated me to dinner yesterday. Today is yellow. The man smiled and nodded. Then I seemed to think of something. No, this is extra. You promised me to cook for me. Can't not count. I laughed out loud. Don't worry, Sister Nan. I promise to cook for you. I will definitely not break my promise. After hanging up the phone, Nanli hums a little tune, jumping back to the office. It's noon soon. I'm on my way to the cafeteria. I saw Nanli standing at the entrance of the cafeteria from a distance, waving at me cheerfully. Still calling my name. I walked quickly to Nanli. He stretched out his right hand and waved it in front of Nanli. The next second, a rose appeared in my hand. It's hard to pick up and send it to you. Nanli Shuanqi Yalang. Then she took the flowers from my hand with a blushing face. How did you make the flowers? Can you do magic? I couldn't help but laugh. It's magic. Isn't it amazing? Where is the joyful shouting that I want to watch it again? It also depends on the current southern calendar. How can you look like a teacher at all? A little girl. Then, I performed 2 more magic tricks that I had prepared in advance. Funny male raccoon, pulling my clothes and shaking them, a look of unfinished desire. Until it attracted the attention of the classmates around. Elian Lee realized that her actions were not right. It doesn't fit his teacher's dignity. He quickly pulled me into the cafeteria to line up for food. A moment later, after finishing the meal, Nanli and I sat at the table. Nanli looked at the food in front of her and sighed. I didn't expect the food to be so cheap. 50% off. Xiaochuan, you will lose money if you do this. It doesn't matter. There is still some profit after the 50% discount. Just treat it as a benefit for students. It doesn't matter if the profit is small. I mainly want to purify the school environment. Nanli stared at me blankly. Stars appear in my eyes. Looking at Nanli's cute appearance, I couldn't help but reach out my hand, gently pinch the man's right cheek. Soft and elastic touch. I felt so comfortable that I didn't take my hand back. The next second, Landy slapped my hand away. Just pinch it. Must be dustproof. It really took a long time to pinch. I want to pinch you when we meet next time. I am old-fashioned majesty. How to do it? The head is raised and said, I feel unsatisfied. Just when I was about to pinch my face again. The system's crisis warning has arrived. Host 8 o'clock direction. The host's 3 roommates are preparing to take a sneak shot. Intimate actions between the host and the teacher. Please prepare the host. I looked at the 8 o'clock position and saw my 3 big. Gradually, an idea came to my mind. I first told Nanlin about the situation. Nanli couldn't sit still anymore. Said angrily, our relationship is so pure. And they even dared to doubt the counselor. I'll teach them a lesson. He was about to get up when I stopped her. If you go there, isn't that the same as admitting it? I have a solution. Since they want to shoot, then shoot them. We can deliberately pose in an intimate manner. When they are about to take the picture, then quickly return to normal action. Do this several times. They will retreat. A puzzled expression appeared on Nanli's face. How do we know when they are filming? Are we reacting that quickly? I gave a mysterious smile. I have my own way to intercept. You just trust me. After saying that, I held Nanli's hand. Nanli was immediately shocked. Look at my confident eyes. I felt a sense of security in my heart. The other side, Ling Xiao and the other 2 saw me and Nanli holding hands. Turn on your camera and point it at us. But just a second before pressing the shutter. I quickly took back the hand holding the man's. Eat the food as if nothing happened. Ling Xiao frowned as he looked at the photos he took. Then they tried several more times. But without exception, all failed. It's like seeing a ghost. Ling Xiao was so angry that he went crazy. Suddenly, there was a snap. Su Enyo hit Ling Xiao on the head. I have an idea. The photo boat can hide better. But can we record a video? Ling Xiao was speechless for a while. I understand the reason. But why did you hit me just now? See how I beat you up when I get back to the dormitory. Ling Xiao just switched the photo mode to video mode, but I found that the phone screen was completely black. You called my cell phone. As soon as the words came out, he suddenly realized that something seemed wrong. Sumo and Zhou Yuana. Weren't you sitting next to me just now? How come it disappeared all of a sudden? Puzzled, Ling Xiao looked up. I was standing in front of him with a smile on my face. Ling Xiao was stunned for a moment. Then he put on a stiff smile. Brother Chuan, what a coincidence. I didn't care. Ask the phone directly. What are you shooting? Brother Chuan, you also know that I am a pervert. Am I here to try to secretly take photos of boys? I was so shocked that I didn't know what to say. I can only wave my hand and let Ling Xiao leave. After returning to the seat, I gave Nanli an okay gesture. Nanli is still in a state of confusion. Just now, he was like a little white rabbit. At my mercy. Touch hands, pinch face, touch head, wipe mouth. The key is that I didn't resist at all. Suddenly, Lian Ling seemed to have thought of something. Then he looked at me with a strange look. I don't think you started the fire with your roommate. Then you can touch my hand openly. Pinch my face and touch my head. It can also explain. Why can you take pictures before they take pictures? No, in advance. As he spoke, the man left with his hands on his waist, posing like a teacher. I hurriedly explained the difficulty. You wronged me. If I want to take advantage, I usually like to do it hard. I was stunned for a moment when I used this little trick to stop the donkey. You mean you wanted to pinch my face? I happened to meet my roommate. So we'll just take advantage of it. Is it right to pinch my face with a little trick? I immediately put on a sincere look, Sister Nan. I can prove my innocence. You open your camera and take pictures. I'll predict the timing of the photo shoot. Wouldn't that prove it? Nanli nodded slightly. Then take out your phone. Are you ready? I smiled confidently and was ready. You can take any photo you want. Next second, I kept repeating in my mind, System. I'm counting on you this time. Unexpectedly, the system recovered immediately. Bye-bye. Looking at the serious man holding the phone. Helplessly, I smiled awkwardly at Sister Nan. How about I perform a magic trick for you? Nanli bit me for a long time. No, the magic will happen again in a while. You prove your innocence first. Nanli quickly took a photo. 3 photos. As a result, I never anticipated the next second. Lian Ling smiled and stretched out her white and tender little hand. Sister Nan, I was wrong. Don't twist your ears. Not admitted yet. Just now, he colluded with his roommate to take advantage of me. A moment later, I looked at Nanli with grievance. Sister Nan, I was wrong. Tell me what I should do to entertain you. Nanli thought for a while. Pout your mouth. He held his head high and said that every time he saw me. I want to make a bouquet of roses for you. Do you owe me a meal? As punishment, you have to cook a big table of food for me. I smiled. No problem. When are you free in Nanjing? Nanli shook her head. After thinking about it, maybe tonight. How about going to your house? After saying that, Nanli looked at me expectantly. Just when I was about to agree, the phone suddenly rang. Nanli immediately stretched his head and looked at me. Seeing this, he handed the phone to Nanli. It was a man. The man was relieved. But soon, I realized that it was wrong. Men are men. Show me what to do. Even if it's a girl, can I still be jealous? The man snorted and turned his head away. I smiled and shook my head, then turned on the hands-free mode to answer the call. There was a silent voice on the other end of the phone, Mr. Shu. The company has been initially established. Now we need to decide on a script for filming. When are you free to come to the company to discuss? I randomly entered the system space, looking at the script prepared by the system in advance. I was so shocked that I couldn't speak. It contains not only the script. There are also various precautions. It can be said that as long as you follow this guide. This movie is absolutely a treasure. So I replied confidently. I have a ready-made script here. Very high degree of completion. Just shoot it directly. Walker on the other end of the phone was very surprised. Mr. Shu, can you come now? Company, let's talk. I was about to agree. The man grabbed my arm. Shake it hard. I want to eat dinner at night. Excluding the time for shopping and cooking. It'll be ready in a little while. I want to eat. I looked at the man's coquettish look. My mind went blank. Who can stand this? Work doesn't matter. I reached out and touched Nanli's head. I pinched his smooth little face again. Finally hooked his nose. Don't worry, Sister Nan. Of course, cooking for Sister Nan is more important. Lanli laughed a few times. I don't care if someone touches my head or pinches my face. Stinky Wuka still wants to steal my thread. Linchuan is wishful thinking. Wuka saw that I had not responded to this matter. Asked Mr. Shu doubtfully. Are you still listening? The company's location is. I interrupted him before he finished speaking. I have something else to do and won't be there. I will send you the script and notes. Discuss it among yourselves first. Wuka still wants to refute, but I saw the men and women pouting. I hung up the phone right away. Turning to the male Lin, he said. I'll go back to the dormitory first. Then we go shopping together. I hope I can cook you a feast. Goody Nanny jumped up excitedly. After separation, I'm going back to the dormitory to settle accounts with the 3 good adults. I didn't expect that I had just entered the dormitory. 3 big boys suddenly jumped in front of me. Congratulations to Chuan Ji for his successful sprint. I hurried to explain, but no matter how I refute, the 3 good boys just recognized it. I could only shake my head helplessly. Because I know, Nan Li and I are still in a teacher-student relationship on the surface. Occasionally, some small gestures of intimacy are harmless. Want to take the relationship to the next level. The difficulty is still relatively large. The key is to have an opportunity. This opportunity has not come yet. I can only wait until the love diary is unblocked. Being forgotten by 3 people in the dormitory, I also gave up the idea of resolving the score with them. After sending the script to Wuka, I waited patiently for Nanli to pick me up to buy groceries. Soon it was 3 p.m. Nanli arrived downstairs at the dormitory on time. I was already waiting on the roadside. In a moment, Nanli took me to a supermarket. Sister Nan, is there anything you like to eat? I was pushing the car. Turning to Nanli, he asked. Old Nanli was stunned for a moment. Suddenly jumped up meat. I want to eat meat. I looked at the male donkey who looked like a child.
Laugh out loud, then buy some beef and mutton first.
I prefer lamb. Male donkey nods hard pull. Yes, I like lamb too. It is especially delicious when fried.
After buying the meat,
I asked Nanny again.
Sister Lan, what else do you want to eat?
Nanny swallowed her saliva and said, I want to eat steamed egg with meat filling.
Fish-flavored shredded pork, cola chicken wings, stir-fried lamb.
Nanny exploded more than a dozen vegetables and rice at once. I couldn't help but touch his head so much after listening to it. Can you finish eating?
The man and woman pursed their lips, aggrieved. It seems like I can't finish it. I looked at the man with a pitiful look.
Suddenly, I waved my hand and couldn't finish it.
What happened?
South Street food. Then I will do it.
Lan Ling was stunned for a moment. Cheeks gradually turned red. He just wanted to reduce it to 6. I didn't expect that I would say this. Just now, that sentence seemed to reduce my willpower. It stabbed him straight in the heart.
Nanli's heart was beating fast.
And I saw Nanli suddenly lose focus. Raising her hand, she knocked Nanli on the head. What's wrong with you?
Then Nanli subconsciously replied, I am willing to.
I was confused immediately.
It's hard to see what you want. Only then did the man react.
Cover your mouth now.
Nothing. I mean, I'm willing to eat so much food.
Just eat vegetables, not anything else. After listening,
I immediately understood what the male force was doing.
What do you think?
So I smiled and rubbed the man's head.
No further questions. Instead, he took out a lollipop like magic.
Sister Nan, let's go shopping.
Eat and walk.
Nanli took the lollipop with surprise. Then he nodded heavily.
Let's go shopping. After walking around for a while,
I watched the man's steps gradually slow down.
An interesting idea suddenly came to my mind.
Sister Nan, do you want to sit on the cart?
I push you along.
Nanli rolled his eyes.
Is this appropriate? I'm in my 20 seconds. Where are the people who ride in a stroller?
Sister Nan, are you sure you don't want to sit? Looks like fun. Nanli snorted.
Even if I, Nanli, die of exhaustion and fall to the ground, it is impossible to sit in a stroller like a child. 15 minutes later.
Nanli sits in the cart.
2 long legs dangling.
The hands are still directing. Over there. I want to eat crispy pork.
Here.
I want some snacks.
Good.
Today, we buy whatever men and women want to eat.
I hate men and women who look happy.
He didn't notice the change in my address to him. 1 hour. Nanli parked the car steadily in front of my villa. Then he pointed to the garage and said,
Open your garage.
I put the car in.
I didn't care.
Sister Nan, just listen to this.
The security in this neighborhood is still very good.
Nanli said somewhat embarrassedly after hearing this. I'm worried that Ling Ling will come back and see my car.
I told him that I had something to do at school today. Go back later.
I immediately gave Nanli a thumbs up.
Then opened the garage door. A moment later.
Nanli and I looked at the dishes that were about to fill up the kitchen. Nanli suddenly felt distressed.
Xiaochuan, why don't you cook so many dishes?
We two can't eat so much. It's okay, I said. I want to cook a big table of dishes for Nan Nan. You have to make a table. No one can be left behind.
Then I'll stay in the kitchen and help you. Your job is to wait and eat for a while.
Just open your mouth.
I pinched Nanli's little face lovingly.
Then he was forced to turn around and send him out of the kitchen.
Then I took a deep breath. The master cooking skills in my mind began to boil. My skilled colleague hired several dishes.
Looks very blind. But if you look closely, you will find I have everything in order.
And every step is done to perfection. This is the power of master cooking. On the other side, Nanli was speaking outside the kitchen.
I'm busy though.
His demeanor was extremely serious.
Seeing him suddenly take action.
At this moment, I also felt the man's gaze. So I raised my head. Looked towards Nanli.
Nanli quickly covered her face and ran away. It's like a child who has been caught doing something wrong.
I smiled.
Keep busy with the fire in your hands. Nan Ling, who had just run into the living room, scratched his head. Then he patted his thigh.
No, I care about him openly. What good mood. Next second, the man walked back to the kitchen door with his chest puffed out.
Just at this time, I walked out of the kitchen too, holding a piece of hot crispy meat in hand. I wandered in front of the men. Open your mouth. Landy immediately opened her mouth obediently. Does the crispy meat taste good when it is put into Landy's mouth?
There are little stars in Landy's eyes. The vague answer was delicious.
Just delicious. There is still some time before the dishes are ready. You should go watch TV first. After that, I went back to the kitchen and continued to work.
A moment later,
I brought the dishes I had prepared to the table. Then he said to the man on the sofa, you eat first. Otherwise, wait until everything is done. These dishes are cold. Nanli agreed.
Run to the table happily.
Smell the aroma of food all over the house. Nanli's stomach growled.
He couldn't help swallowing a mouthful of pain. Then he coughed twice.
Remind yourself not to test.
But the corners of my mouth are already drooling. Lanley's family conditions were good since childhood.
He has eaten all kinds of delicious food.
I've never had such a strong appetite. Lanley wants to know now. What's the magic of these dishes?
I looked at Nanli and smiled.
Use a spoon to scoop up a piece of meat custard.
I blew it carefully.
Then hand it over to Nanli's noodles. Nanjian, open your mouth and try this to see if it tastes good. Nanli immediately took 2 steps forward.
Mouth opened into oozing.
Awu swallowed the whole egg custard into his mouth. I reached out and wiped the corner of Nanli's mouth. How is it? Is it delicious? So delicious.
I've never eaten anything so delicious. At this moment, Nanny no longer cared about any temptation.
He took the spoon and rushed to the table.
Another big mouthful into the mouth. Then Nanny transformed into a super fire eater. Hold chopsticks in one hand and chopsticks in the other hand.
Dedicated to the great CD action. And while eating.
And still smiled at me. I laughed out loud when I saw it. It's hard to understand.
Eat slowly. How many more dishes? The man nodded. The mouth didn't stop.
He said to me vaguely.
You eat some too.
I'll do it later.
Sister Elaine, you eat first. There are a few more dishes that will be ready soon. When everything is done, let's eat together.
We'll eat together. After hearing what I said, Nan Ning, who just couldn't stop talking, he turned around and sat down at the table obediently.
At this time, the other side, Xia Wanning, who had just returned home, looked at the deserted villa. I smelled gossip instantly. What's going on at school? Go and fool the devil.
After thinking for a while, you smiled and took out your phone to send a message to Nanli. Nan, I learned a little about palmistry today.
Post a photo of your hand.
It's best to show half of your arms.
The man waiting for his meal looked at his phone in confusion.
Without thinking too much, I took a picture and sent it over. After receiving the photo, Xia Wanning looked at it carefully. Then he stood up from the sofa. Just because he found the background of the photo too familiar.
Especially that table.
It's exactly the same as the one in front of him.
Xia Wanning's brain was working rapidly. While talking to himself.
There are 60 villas in the whole villa area.
A total of 10 different decoration designs are included. Each set is 6 sets.
That is to say,
Nan is in another 5 villas.
Analysis completed.
Xia Wanning quickly called the property manager. Ask,
There are not many villas with a similar style to mine.
after getting the answer, Xia Wanning then asked, can you find, in addition to the 50-row villa, who buys the rest of the dances?
I promise I won't tell anyone. Miss Xia, please don't embarrass me. This is customer privacy.
The only thing I can say is,
All 4 buildings were bought by the same person. Xia Wanning, a bold guess suddenly came to my mind. Is the person who bought those 4 buildings called Chu Linchuan?
how do you know? After saying this, the manager realized that he had let the cat out of the bag.
I quickly changed my words and said that these belong to customer privacy.
Cannot disclose.
I have something else to hang up first.
At this time, the next step to successfully connect the clues is to,
I suddenly felt my waist was no longer sore.
my legs don't hurt anymore.
There seems to be light in his eyes.
Next second, Xia Wanning put on her clothes and walked out. Arrived at the door of villa number 51. This is the only one of the 4 buildings with lights on. He is very sure that it is difficult to separate, and I am in it. Just as Xia Wanning was about to read the bomb, when a flank attack comes. Suddenly, a loud voice came from behind.
What are you doing?
Catch the thief. Xia Wanning was frightened for a moment. He missed his step and fell backwards.
This blue-haired boy who saw injustice was Wuke. It turns out that after Wuke read the script I sent,
Very excited.
can't wait to discuss the next plan with me. But whether you call me or send me a message. No response from anyone.
So you have no choice but to come to me in person.
Unexpectedly, just as I approached the entrance of the villa, I saw a thief climbing over the fence. I only heard a sad laugh.
One inning is impartial.
It fell directly into Wuke's arms behind him. Then they both fell to the ground. I was stunned for a while.
Xia Wanning finally came to her senses. Just wanted to stand up.
The unskilled man on the ground quickly reached out his hand.
He grabbed Xia Wanning's chest. He was still shouting, thief, don't try to run away.
But due to some natural reasons,
Wuke missed the target. But Xia Wanning refused to do it.
playing hooligan.
Xia Wanning screamed.
Wuke was so scared that he hurriedly explained, Hey, don't yell.
I didn't touch anything just now. Xia Wanning's eyes widened. You're talking nonsense.
You just watch my breasts. No science, but confident. I just didn't catch anything. I just missed it.
After hearing this, one inning,
I looked down at my ordinary figure. I suddenly became even angrier. The two immediately started arguing.
the sound is getting louder. This matter is in the villa.
Nan Lijing and I were eating happily. Suddenly I heard a loud quarrel outside. So Nanny and I walked out of the house side by side.
Xia Wanning waved her hands.
There is a sound in the mouth.
Your instant noodles never have seasoning packets. From now on, every time you eat, you will be served a handful of coriander. Wuke showed disdain on his face, a cool pose. Then yelled back. Xia Wanlin was so angry that she saw stars.
My throat is smoking from talking like this.
You just say rebound. Xia Wanlin waved her fist.
Prepare to fight to the death with Wuke.
Just then,
Nan Li and I looked at each other. Then open your eyes.
surprisingly, the opening profit is not harsh.
The two people in front of me are about to fight. Nan Li and I hurried forward to grab.
After a long period of questioning, the misunderstanding was finally resolved.
When the 4 of us met face to face,
Xia Wanning suddenly remembered her original purpose.
turning to Nan Liji, he asked Nan,
Let's not talk about my business for now.
you seem to have told me you have to work overtime at school today. How come you are here?